Look, says God, I'm putting in front of you today a blessing and a curse. So this is one of the basic Ishbitz Torahs, which occurs and crops up again and again in different forms. And it has to do with the way the Ishbitzer looks at the world and tells us how we should look at our lives and everything that happens in it. So God is saying that when I give you a blessing, it's going to look like a curse. Whenever something good happens, it's going to be wrapped up in baggage, it's going to look like the opposite. And in the Torah, it's marked that this is similar to another Torah in Parshas Korach, where Korach and his chevra, they were accusing Moshe of being vain and proud and authoritative, and so how come we didn't laugh at them? How come everybody didn't just laugh to scorn? What do you mean? Moshe Rabbeinu is vain and proud and whatever. It's like Moshe is the biggest honor, is the most humble person in the whole world. So the Ishbitzer says because he didn't look like that. Because the gift, when God gives you a gift, when it's really something deep that God gives into your soul, then it's always wrapped in the opposite. It always is wearing clothing that looks the exact opposite. So yeah, a person needs to look at their own life and see, what in it looks like a curse, because that's where the blessing is. So why would God give me something? And we're not just talking about like waking up in the morning kind of gift of a good thing. We're talking about a nachla, inheritance, something that I'm really going to own, to the point where not just I own it, but I can give it over to others, to my children, something that's a spiritual asset, that is not just, God gives me a blessing of money, but, maybe God gives me a blessing of being a wealthy man, and it's a special skill of being wealthy. Not everybody, some people have a lot of money, they're still poor. And some people have nothing, but they're still wealthy people. There's a certain kind of attitude to life. So, for example, so when God gives me something, a nachla, an inheritance, something that I can really own, it's gonna look like a curse. So I am gonna have to put in the effort to sort it out and to find the good inside the bad, to elevate or to liberate or to expose the good, the blessing inside the curse. And it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take energy. It's going to take time and commitment. And when a person does that, and you find the divine inside what really looks like the most terrible thing, inside yourself, of yourself, those aspects of ourselves that we don't like, they are hiding the blessing. And when we manage to liberate what is beautiful and divine and blessed in that bad thing, then we own it to the point where we're able to give it over to others, and that our children will inherit it from us as a good characteristic, a good personality trait. And then it will be called, as the Ishbitzer says, by your name, right? It'll have your name on it. It's not just something you were given free of charge by God, but you'll have spent so much energy in uncovering it and developing it that it really will be yours. And so the blessing always comes wrapped up inside a curse.